So hey guys, we're out here in the country doing a fat bike ride. Today we'll be doing a mix of gravel road, snow-covered gravel roads, some snowmobile trails on natural gas pipeline, power lines, and just some snowmobile trails through the woods. This is hilly country. It's quite hilly, and they're challenging hills, gravel road hills in the summertime. They're a good challenge. On a fat bike in the winter, there'll be a slow grind, which is fine. Makes them take longer. So this hill that we're on here it's pretty long, but it's a fairly gradual grade. It's good for doing tempo work up. It's like minus 15 right now. Feels not so bad. Very little wind, which is nice. So we're coming into the steepest, most difficult part of this climb. It's not bad. I'm cross-geared right now. I have 36 tooth chainring up front and then a 34 in the back. I should be able to climb it in that. Yeah, you're not supposed to run cross-geared. I run cross-geared all the time. Doesn't bother me. My stuff wears out a little earlier, no big deal. It's actually really hard packed, so this section is actually easier than it is in the summertime because it's loose gravel. Even on 2-inch tires, it can be challenging, this section, when it's loose. Out of the saddle. You can do out of the saddle on a fat bike in the snow because there's so much for contraction. I'm in okay shape this time of year, but cardiovascularly, leg strength, I feel okay, but I have gained quite a bit of weight since the cycling season proper ended, November-ish. This here is another great thing about fat bikes. Okay, you don't always have to go and ride trails with them. It makes even riding on the road, like gravel roads, snow-covered gravel roads, so much safer, so much more confidence inspiring and stability that, yeah, you could go out and do a 3-hour road ride if you're a racer trying to get in shape for the season, or if you just do grand fondos and stuff. A fat bike makes it a much safer reality. You could ride this 2-inch wheels with like 20mm rims, but when you get to softer sections like here, your wheel is going to cut through a bit. It's going to wiggle, it's going to squiggle, and that wouldn't be bad going uphill, but coming down this section at speed, it's freaking scary. Now that I've got 2 winters now on a fat bike, it's so much safer to ride in the snow. And there's been a couple times this winter where I had been commuting to work by bike, and I'm like, oh, you know what? Today I'm going to ride a regular mountain bike. And yeah, a regular mountain bike, if you're dealing with semi-packed, hard-packed, is going to generally be faster. But any sections that I went through that were still loose snow, not quite packed down, the bike's just going woo, 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 woo. You're not making non-stop corrections, and I'm like, wow, I don't like that. Once you get used to how a fat bike rides, I don't even want to ride a regular mountain bike in the snow. I mean, I've ridden a regular mountain bike in the snow for 20 years, but because it was all that was available. Now we're getting to higher ground here, so the wind is picking up here. Not by much, but enough that I feel the need to cover my face. Said before, where I live is very mildly mountainous. I don't even know if you could refer to it as mountainous, but we got some decent sized hills. You could say it's the hilliest area of Canada between the Laurentians and the Rocky Mountains. And this terrain here was sculpted by the glaciers during the Ice Age. Okay, so now we start the toughest climb that we're going to do today. So this stair steps its way up, like most hills around here. We're going to go up this first bit, which is on a fairly well used road, and then we hang a left up a secondary gravel road, almost one lane wide. And of course I've never ridden it up in the winter time. In the summertime it's tough because it's loose gravel, so you're always traction limited, especially on the hardest parts. If it's packed down, it won't be so bad on a fat bike, other than the fact that this bike weighs 36 pounds and I'm like 10-15 pounds over where I would be in the middle of summer. So I put it in the small chainring for this. Last winter I had a 36 tooth on the rear. I'm not feeling as much a need for it this winter, because I'm actually a fair bit better shape cardiovascularly, power output, compared to last winter. Okay, so it kind of, the grade slackens here for this bit, and then we go back to another pitch, steeper pitch. And it's got washboard stuttery sections because of vehicles spinning their tires coming up here. So levels out, and we're just going to take a left here up Hilldale Road, and it'll get tough again. Oh yeah. It's a tough pitch. One nice thing about the stair step nature of the hills around here is you do get a bit of recovery here. This isn't flat here, but slackens enough. Now we get a really tough section. Really tough. Little tiny bit of relief here, and then pitches up again. Okay, so in the granny, 34 tooth on the back, and here's one hill where the 36 would be nice, because I'm going at the slowest RPM that I want to pedal at, and it's feeling a tad hard. Oh, a little bit of relief. Pitches up again then. Good hard climb. Slackens again. And I definitely need that little bit of relief here. I think the hardest part is over and done with. The hardest stuff is over, but it's still uphill. Still not done. Okay, this should be the top here. Whew. Nice challenging uphill. Now it's rolling, so we got steep uphills, steep little downhills. So this is the natural gas line here. It's a big downhill here. Maybe we'll do it on the way back. But to do that downhill means we have to go up another brutal hard uphill to get back here. There's another hill. It's not as long as the one we just did, but it gets the not quite the same amount of elevation, but shorter road and it's steeper. So nice quiet road. Haven't seen a single car yet on this section. I'm riding about 5K. Okay, so this is a dead end that we're going on here for cars anyways. Then it turns into a trail. Snowmobiles should have packed it down really, really nicely. It's on a high point. There's a view of Lake Superior and the Sleeping Giant Provincial Park. Fortunately, it's cloudy today. Probably won't be able to see it. And it's a great view for human eyes, but GoPro camera sucks for any sort of distance perspective. Last time I came through here was on a motorbike, my motorbike. So actually, still fairly hilly to get up here. Don't notice that on a motorbike. You do when you have to do it under your own pedal power. So here starts the trail section, obviously.